Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's be together today in a comfortable seat. I'm going to come over to the big seat today and sit back here. So we're going to come into a meditational seat. So what is important today, being Love Day, is the love that we have for ourselves. And so let's go ahead and close your eyes. And this can be different for so many of us. So you're going to take with you what resonates, and you're going to leave behind what doesn't. So as we sit here in our own seat with a community of loved ones, with a community that we've kind of developed over time, right? We have come together. But to come together in community, we also have to look at coming together inside and beginning to appreciate and love the parts within us that we kind of prefer to leave behind. We'd prefer to maybe even be hard on ourselves and berate these parts within us. And the idea of self-love is not necessarily to go out and have a big spa day. Real self-love is accepting ourselves as we are. Real self-love is not seeing that there has to be a lot of fixing that needs to happen, maybe even no fixing. That how we are right now is absolutely magnificent. It's kind of like the tree in the forest, right? We talked about that in our self-love event, and how that when we walk into the forest and we see all these beautiful trees, they come to life in front of our eyes. And we don't look at them and say, I think that one needs a little bit more slimming on this part of the tree. And I think this one is a little pale, or I wish this one would speak a little bit more kinder, right? So it's like we don't do that. Like even the words we're thinking that may not be kind, can we look at accepting that these are just thoughts that are happening within us, that they don't really make us who we are, that truly our actions in the world are pretty close to who we are. So as we sit here, let's sit with that sensation of realizing that we're all practicing, not because we're not enough, but because we're remembering our enoughness. We're remembering that true teacher that's within each one of us. We're remembering our intuition and how we've always have been gifted with a sixth sense, right? And we can practice that. That's something we all get to practice if we choose to do that, right? We can choose to be sweet in the world if we want to. We can choose to look through the eyes with rose color glasses. We can choose that. This isn't to say that we need to spiritually bypass. Like I said in the beginning of class, if you're not feeling it, don't fake that. Yeah, but if you're getting a smile from one of us, you're probably going to smile a little bit, and that probably might begin to change some energy within you. This is how we are all in this together. This is how we support each other. So as you sit here right now, go into you, feel your breath, feel the space between the breath, Like before you take an inhale, can you sense that gap of completeness before you take the inhale? And then the gap at the top of that inhale, that there's completeness there. And then you take the exhale. Your completeness isn't required for the exhale to happen. You could stop right there and you would be complete. It's kind of like how I'll talk to my kids and I'll say, there's nothing more that you need to do. I love you today more. I couldn't love you anymore right now. Like that is how we need to see ourselves. That's how we need to start caring for ourselves, even in the throes of despair and depression. I noticed for me in these last few days, maybe in this last week, I have definitely been moving into depressing moments. Definitely been moving up against these places, these sensitive places within me, the places that remind me that perhaps I'm not connecting to spirit as much as I actually need to, right? Imposter syndrome or things like that, where we start feeling less, because we all have a place. We are all a puzzle piece in this world, and we're all a puzzle piece in other people's lives. We're all that for each other. So we're never an imposter. We're all supposed to be here. So I know for me, if I'm going into a place of depressing feelings, if that's coming in, or I'm feeling impatient, there's a walk that I need to do that's around the corner with the nature, or there's a sitting in the feeling of the depressing. Yeah, not rushing over it, not filling it up with a bowl of ice cream. Although I do that too at times. But you see, it's what are we really hungry for is the question. And that we're not alone in this. We all have these different emotions that come through us from time to time. So let's ground ourselves. Let's get ourselves into our heart. Let's remember that we are a being having this human experience. Let's use the right hand and we'll block off the right side of our nostril. And we're going to exhale down through the left side. And we're going to inhale up through the left side. And then we're going to pinch the nose and hold the breath. And then we're going to exhale down through the right side. And then we're going to inhale up through the right side. Hold the breath. Exhale down the left side. Inhale up the left side. Really feel each vertebrae getting the breath going up the spine, out through the crown. Pinch your nose, hold your breath. And exhale down the right side. Inhale up the right side. Hold the breath. And exhale down. Releasing what's not serving you, maybe some emotions that are just ready to go. And then inhale up the left side. Hold the breath. Down the right side. Up the right side. Hold the breath. Down the left side. And then release the right hand down, have the palms facing down. Just breathe in and out through your nose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Soften the shoulders, deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep remembering who you are through the feeling of the breath. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax your jaw. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax your jaw. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing. And now just bring your arms up. You can look up to your arms. And we're going to do Bastika breath. So it's inhale up and then it's exhale, bringing the arms in close to one another. Yeah, that's it. So inhale up, exhale, and you can go faster. That's to bring some energy into the body. And you can close your eyes as you do it. You don't have to look up, get a rhythm. I'm not going to go as harder with the breath because I think it's really loud for you guys when I do that. And then open the arms out to the side, open the palms. You can sit with your eyes closed, feel the heart opening, just this gesture of heart opening, surrendering to this moment. It's not like I give up, it's more that I surrender to the energy that is propelling all of us, which is really us, right? We're all together with this energy. So if you're feeling heaviness and you're not really sure if it is yours, perhaps with this practice today, it'll start leaving your energy field. Yeah. So inhale as you reach the arms up high. And then exhale, twist to the right side. So moving over to the right and then just dropping your hands down. One hand behind you, one to the outside. Sitting up nice and tall. Feel the twist of the spine, feel the drawing in of the navel, feeling the crown lifting. And now you're breathing exclusively in and out through your nose. Yeah, beautiful. And then inhale, reach the arms up high. And then exhale, twist to the other side, navel's drawing in. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting. Relax your knees, relax your shins. You notice when you do that, the lower back relaxes? Maybe, maybe not. And then coming back to center, where do you need to go? I have an idea. I feel like we need to move into a lateral stretch. So lift up your left arm, have the palm facing up towards the ceiling. And this is a real spiritual experience, right? So you're going inside your body, you're feeling the body as you move, right? You're treating your body as if it were this temple that the soul is living in, right? Opening up through your heart. You can turn the palm open towards the ceiling, or you can bring the palm facing down. Nice, you guys, beautiful. Stay with it without overdoing it. Choose to just kind of move it around if you need to explore. The yoga is a living and breathing experience of understanding. So the asanas and the life that we're living. And then coming all the way up, change your side. Right palm up towards the ceiling. And feel free to move the neck around. Maybe you're looking down. Heart opening, head back, jaw relaxing. You've got this today. This is a reconnection. It's just like plugging into the socket. It's like, oh yeah, life force, source energy. Oh, that's me. Uh-huh. All right. Couple more deep breaths. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. All right, and then come up to center, sit again for a moment, or you may just want to just let the legs go out wide because we've been sitting for a little bit. Just let them go out wide, doesn't matter how much. And sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer position. Sit up nice and tall. And let's together universally chant Om. We might do it 7 times. So to really just feel the 7 chakras, honor the 7 chakras. They can easily just kind of get a little bit off kilter, just without every day. They could be balanced at 9 a.m. And then by 9:15, just because of how a thought that came in that we may have believed for a moment, it just kind of turns off one of the chakras. So it's not easy to turn, it's easy to turn them off and get them in balance. It's also easy to bring them back to balance. So that's the good news. So close your eyes for a moment. I want you to see when you're alming the chakras. So red, orange, yellow is the solar plexus, green is the heart. I want you to see that the blue is this gorgeous color at the throat, speaking your truth and alming through to the inside, the intuition, the third eye, and then white out through the crown. But really the crown, the white is coming into you because you're all connected, right? Source energy. All right, so seven chakra alming. Let's take a deep breath in together. Moving to the color orange. Just see it tuning, like you're tuning your instrument. Go to the solar plexus. I am worthy. Deep breath in. Yellow. Oh. Go ahead and take it to the heart. I am love. Green. No. And then take it to the throat, speaking your truth, feeling it, communicating it well. No. And then taking it to the third eye, you're seeing what you need to do through feeling. No. And then feeling it out through the crown, having it come into you because you're feeling quite balanced. Oh. Notice the resonance, the reverberation, the vibration. Notice how the silence just, it breathes love, it breathes connection. Feel your intention, your deep, beautiful intention for today, right now. Go ahead and open up your eyes and keep your gaze soft. And we'll come onto all fours, hands and knees. So we all have blind spots. So I just want to point that out. I mean, it's easy to get hard on ourselves when we're not seeing things as we think we should, right? So we just get back on the train again, right? We just get back into the practice. So we're going to come onto all fours. And when we practice cat and dog tilt, I know we've done this a lot in the past. I really want you to see how this could be just such a brand new moment. So we're going to really focus on the upper body when we move through this right now. So spread your fingers wide. Have your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Yeah. And we're going to round behind the heart. So you're going to bring your chin in. It looks like the tailbone's tucking, and it is, but you're not bringing it in so much. It's just defaulting on the tuck because of the upper body. All right, so softly exhale. Inhale, arms are straight, drawing the belly button in. We're slow moving today. Yeah, and then exhale. So love doesn't push. Love is very soft. Right? It's just easing its way through the body right now. There's a place for fierce love, but we're not there just yet. Maybe in us standing postures. Surrounding the spine. Quiet your mind by connecting with the breathing and the movement. You're so far deeply in this, but there's nothing else more important. When you think you could go slower, go a little bit slower. I think that has been a huge lesson for me personally, being in lockdown. If you think you can go slower, try going a little bit slower. So many times for me, I just ran right up face to face with my impatience. Loving ourselves through all of that, seeing it, being with it, accepting it as it is, not wanting to make it better. It is what it is. Own it, right? There's nothing more exciting than watching someone own something. It's like when we get on our call today, the first thing Molly says, I'm the noisiest student. There's nothing more accepting and refreshing than truth and love with it. All right, so as we round, we're going to round, and we're going to come into the child's pose. And what's quite profound is that we find that we're not only the most noisiest, we're also the most quietest. We're so complex, all of us. I think the key is just to own that emotion or feeling when it is arising, and that it doesn't define us in that moment. It's like the depressioning is happening, but I am not depressed. I am happy could be I am happening happy in that moment. We see that we are energy reflecting, unfolding into ourselves, just like the wave drops into the big ocean. So as we come up, we're going to have our hands where they are, and we're going to have the knees maybe a little closer. And we're going to lift up the right leg, and we're going to take that right sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. So it looks like this. Yeah, nice, you guys. You're drawing into your belly because you kind of have to a little bit to keep that right leg up. And we're going to hug the right knee in, forehead to knee. Exhale. We're going slow right now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now check it out. We're going to bring this right foot up, but not all the way, just a little bit to where it goes up and touches the ground, and we're rounding and we're just holding it. Breathe into your kidneys. Breathe into your stomach. And then take this right leg all the way back, straight, and left arm forward. Stretch it back. Lift up out of your heart, crown lengthening, and release it down. Flush it out, you guys. Nice work. Knees back, hip circles. Jaw relaxed. Maybe the other side. Easing. Child's pose, all the way back. Big toes touching. And feel free to have the knees just a little bit further apart. Belly comes down. Hands can go back behind you. Relax your shoulders. Let them fall towards the ears. Just be kind to yourself in this practice and in this moment. That's it. I am beautiful. I am enough. I am loved. All right, let's bring the arms out in front of us. Let's come up onto the knees. Let's spread the fingers wide, and let's go ahead and have the knees underneath the hips. Lift up out of the crown, chin away from chest, and the left leg's coming up towards the ceiling. We're going to hold it here for a moment. So you're feeling the body as it moves through, right? So exhale, round the spine. Good. Inhale, up towards the ceiling. And the head looks up. Exhale.
Inhale.
Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
One last time. Inhale.
Exhale.
All right, let's bring this foot up a little bit. Even if it just touches the ground, it doesn't come up too much. And bring the chin in, soften here, breathe into the kidneys, palms pressing down. Notice if the toes are clenching. Just see if you can soften those. And then we'll take that left leg all the way back and we'll extend the right arm forward. Extend, extend. Draw in through your tummy, chin away from chest. And then slowly release. Let's come down onto our belly. So full prostration all the way down. Arms out in front of you, forehead down. Just gently rock from side to side. And you can bring your hands right underneath your forehead if you like. Bend your knees. And just point and flex. Point and flex. And then windshield wipers. Very gently with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Soften here. A light rain with the legs, just easing side to side. Nice. And then drop your feet down. Go ahead and take the right hand off to the right side. Right palm faces down. And we're going to turn over. We haven't done this in a while. Guys, remember this one, your head is down. And you're turning over. Yeah, opening the heart. This left arm might come up. It might not. It might just stay down. The left foot may drop back. It just depends what you're working with. Right? It might be a lot just to even be here. This left palm could go back behind you. Right palm is down onto the ground. See where you can open more. For me, I like to lift my head up a little bit and then take it back a little bit more and then drop it down. Just changes things. And notice that the challenge happens because of the length that we stay in it. Right? This is a bit of yin for our beginning part of the practice. We will flow. Keep breathing, keep opening. Right? The more you breathe deeply and are in tune with your breath, you just won't know that the time is going. It's just happening. See where you're holding through your awareness. Notice the areas. And notice how far you've come. Notice how perhaps in the beginning of this position, it was like, I don't even think that this is going to happen today. And maybe you're here now. So you just kind of give up the struggle and you remain committed to the process. And then we'll come up. We'll slowly change sides. Ease into the other side. There's no rush. Forehead down. Left arm off to the left side. Left palm faces down. Head starts to move back. Maybe right arm up towards the ceiling. All the way up, maybe right arm back, maybe lifting head up and taking it back a little bit and dropping it down again. Maybe right arm straight up for a moment. Work with your body. Work with any limitations that you might be feeling. And work with any limitations that you might be fearing as well. If you've got an injury somewhere, it might trigger that fear of immobility. Just bring acceptance to the area. Tell the area that you just want peace. You don't want to change the area. You just want to be with it. Right? You're just sitting with a dear friend. I'm going to listen to you today. I'm going to be the space that you might need to heal. Stay with it. A few more breaths. I mean, there's a lot here. There's a lot here. You can bring the right arm up for a little bit. All right. So coming back or coming to center, let's go ahead and roll all the way onto our back. Have your blocks nearby and your strap. And just start to roll over. So we've kind of taken a trip around the world already. And we'll go ahead and get the strap. We'll bring it to the ball of the right foot. Nice. Yeah. So never underestimate the power of the hamstrings opening up more, right? So bringing that right leg towards you. I'm going to bring the left leg down now, only because I feel that I've opened it up enough where I can be there. But you're not going for the full over the head thing. You're going to try to keep this right leg straight. You're finding space in the body, space in the mind. You might need to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep breathing. You can keep going in that rhythm of breath. But notice if you're, tensing the wrists to do this, soften the wrists. Lengthen out through both sides of your neck. Maybe move your neck side to side. Have the left hand drop onto both sides of your strap. Take the right hand off to the right side, right palm facing open. Before we do anything here, lift up your bum and scoot it over to the right. So lift it up, scoot it over an inch or two to the right. Straighten your left leg. and take this right leg over to the left side. Yeah, so stretching, opening, lengthening the front right hip away from your heart. Yeah, so finding structure. So you're lifting your scaffolding, you're lifting your heart, you're lengthening the lower part of the body away from your belly button. Amazing. And then come back to your regular position. So bring your bum back to center, release your strap, and then go ahead and bring the left foot to the strap all the way up. Right hand grabs on the right side, left hand grabs on the left side. And right away, when you get into this side, you might be like, oh, whoa, this is the tighter side. And not to judge it, but just to get more understanding. Yeah, it might mean that this is the leg that's always working, like to get in and out of the car. Like you just get super curious about how you live your moments in your day and why certain areas begin to tighten more than others.
Mellara, you're still muted.
I wonder how that happened. I didn't do it. Okay. Yay. I did not mute. I don't know why. Thank you, Jen. Okay, mute all except for me. Okay, so you're on your back. I don't know what we missed, but hug your knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. If ever that happens, yeah, just try to get my attention. Thank you for doing that. And then we're getting our block. That's where I was going towards. So if you could bring your feet down and come into a supported bridge. So place it underneath you. I want to get the inversion happening. Okay, so yeah, and then I'd love for when you get that comfortable there, that you then bring your legs up one at a time, up towards the ceiling. Yeah, you got to exaggerate the heart to get into this and nothing behind your head. And it's a moment of challenging, right? It's a challenging moment to be here. But you're breathing deeply. You may even decide to go into the 5-3-5 breathing pattern. Okay, so there is a little bit of a drawing into the tummy. There's not a lot, but there's enough to where you can lift the legs. Yeah, heart is opening. Shoulders are relaxed. And you're allowing the blood to rush down the legs. It's active, but it's a being place of activeness. You're fully present, but you're not over efforting. Right? Self-love is being fully present, but not over efforting. Yeah, the feet could get numb. It could get challenging. It could be like, oh, I really want this to be over. It can be all of that. We'll just try to stay there for 5 more breaths, and you could do the 5-3-5 breath, 5 rounds of that. I choose to be the source. I choose to connect inside. I choose to be adaptable. I choose to be safe. I choose to be. All right. So release the feet down to the floor. Amazing. Yeah. And then go ahead and release the block. Go ahead and hug just the right knee in towards your chest. Let the left leg go down. Go ahead and change sides. Lovely one to do at nighttime, you guys. Yeah, bring it in. Just these little tiny movements, 10-15 minutes. And then roll yourself to the right side. Now hug both knees in and let's come up again. It's like, oh, okay, now the practice can really get going. It's like we've done the minimum in a way. But let's come all the way up to stand. I'm just going to move back the camera. Hopefully you can see the whole space. Yep. All right, so I want to keep going into these murmur points. So these points of joint awareness. I'm really into it these days. Okay, so the wrists, the nervous system. I think that's why I really have been using it as a practice for myself to connect with these energy centers. So just moving the body, maybe like 9 on each side. We'll go for that. So you're just kind of moving the wrists in this circular motion. You can open the palms as well. And you're breathing in and out through your nose. And then you can move the ankles as well, the right ankle first. Go slow with it. It's kind of like we could easily go, yeah, I've done it. but just kind of slowly moving through it. And then the other side. Nice, you guys. And then opening out the feet a little wider than hips width and moving into the side body, side waist. So ground your energy down. I want you to really feel the feet planted. And it's like this little love tap. In and out through the nose. All right, bring the feet in a little bit closer. Bring the right arm up and behind you. So that's the big inhale. This other arm, we're going to open the palm. So we're really exalted, we're really open here. And then we're going to bend the knees and we're going to go back and down and diagonally. So we're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Yeah. So keep going. Find a place for you to be here. If you're getting dizzy, just slow down. Maybe stop. Really changes our perspective to move this way through our body. And then coming back to center, left arm comes up. Remember, right arm opens. And then we're going down and over to the side and back. Make it work for you. So what does that mean? Does that mean going a little slower? So you're truly going into a deeper listening meditation. Listening to the body move through this positioning. And then just roll the shoulders back and away, back and away, back and away. All right, I'm going to come off my yoga mat. I'm going to bring this mat back a little bit. We've done this a couple of times, so you might remember it if you were here. I'm going to have my feet maybe like, I don't know, 3.5, maybe 4 feet wide. And it looks like warrior one. So as I turn, I'm turning, and then my feet kind of look like warrior one. I could go with a fist, but I think we need more love in the world. So I'm going to open my palm and I'm going to come back, bring it back into my solar plexus, and then take it out again. Warrior one-ish, right? It's not exactly, or it's up on the ball of the back foot too. So it could be considered that standing crescent moon position as well. So I'm going quite slow. You don't have to. You can make it a little bit faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Make it work for you. Maybe your eyes are closed. Maybe you're super into this. So it's kind of like you're retrieving the energy back into you, and then you're letting it out. Things that don't serve you, you're honoring it. You're letting it go back to the light with compassion, with love. Take your time. Nice, you guys. All right, we're being the miracle. We're not waiting for the miracles. We are the miracle. And then coming to center, bring the feet together. Drop the hands down, palms turning open, feet or hips distance apart. Tadasana, shoulders rolling back and away. Feel the effects of your practice already. Lots of grounding positioning today. Feel the ears lifting up towards the ceiling, right? They're just kind of going up high like the crown of the head, chin level with the ground. There's breath into the back body, into the kidneys. The upper ribs are tucked in, the tailbone's tucked in, the thighs are going back, the kneecaps are lifted, and the feet are pressing down. Good. And so we'll come to the front of our yoga mat. If you have blocks, bring them there. Let's flow a little bit now. Let's honor the sun. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up high. Really honor the sun for the warmth. And then exhale, come all the way down. Hinge at your hips. Your knees can bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank position. So hold it in your plank for a moment. Drop the knees down for a moment. Hold it there. And then from here, if we can, we're going to go back up into plank. Head is lifted, belly button is lifted. Drop down onto the knees, back into plank, and then into downward facing dog. Hips are up high. Move it around. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Move it around organically for you. And just this real animal, instinct of having all fours on the ground grounds us, helps us remember who we are. And then we'll jump forward. We'll not jump forward. We're just going to go forward to plank again. Side waist plank. So drop the left knee down. Bring the left hand closer to the right. And go ahead and bring your right arm up. Right leg up if you can. Head back. Upper body back. Nice, you guys. Release it down. Change your side. Right knee, right hand. Left arm up. Left leg up. Spreading your toes wide. And then slowly release and drop down into child's pose. And bring two hands underneath your third eye. So two little fists, creating some energy there for the insight to come, to be seen. So that insight could come could be just a quick little flash. It could be one word. And it could be out of nowhere, out of context, where you're I don't know. And usually, unless we're practicing intuition, we kind of dismiss it. So practice with just honoring maybe little pictures that you might see, maybe a word here or there, and testing it by believing it from time to time. Not on big things, just little things to begin with. And seeing where it leads you. It could be a color scheme that you're working on in your house, right? There's a picture, a color that comes in, and you think, well, that won't work. But it's actually a sign from your higher self giving you just the right understanding of what would be best for you. So that's how it works. It's not
There's no reasoning behind it. So you could argue with it forever. And the reasoning mind is good too, but not for intuition. Totally different. All right, so we're going to come up and we're going to come into pigeon, left side, little detour, right leg back. And then all the way down. And intuition can come when you least expect it. Like it could come when you're in the really biggest meeting of your lifetime. And you're like, oh my God. So if you can, pay attention, write it down really quick or do something. Sometimes for me, when I'm teaching you guys, it comes and I'm like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I'll talk about it, sometimes I won't. So breathe into your hips. Breathe into your belly. Intuition feels invited when there's a lightness about you, where you have been giving back to yourself, even just a little bit, becoming more rested, more caring of yourself. That's when it wants to, or it's easier to notice, put it that way. All right, so we're going to change sides. Take your time. You can change through down dog. In through the nose, out through the mouth for a moment. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Amazing. Other side, right side. Just taking your time to come down. Softening the shoulders. Softening the upper back. Softening the jaw. And just allowing, bringing space around your experience right now. The answers are all there within you. Sometimes we just need to say a couple of sentences to someone. They say nothing at all. And then we're like, oh, okay, thanks, bye. Like we have the answer. It's already there. So interesting, isn't it? I'm sure you've done that before. We need that sense of feeling that we've been heard, and then we just kind of know. Sometimes. All right, so we're going to come out of it. We're going to come into downward facing dog. And we're going to lift up, let's see, I would love us to lift up the left leg all the way up high behind us. And you can open up the hip. Let the head soften. Spread your toes wide. Relax your jaw and then bring your left foot all the way through. Drop your back heel and come into warrior one. Just a regular old warrior one. Left heel intersecting the back middle arch, all the way up, arms open, bending into the front leg, super present. Warrior one, left hip back, right hip more forward. Nice, you guys. Sinking it down, feeling the feet grounded, lengthening, feet lengthening. How do we lengthen our feet? Right? For me, I lift up the toes, then I put them down, I soften, lengthening. Release the hands down, all the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana, plank position, inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or full Chaturanga, all the way down. Open your heart. Cobra, up dog, Sphinx, elbows in, chin in, forehead down, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Take your time, move into down dog. Lift up the right leg, open your head. You can move the ankle around. Straighten that right leg, straight arms, and then gently bring this right foot through. Warrior one, drop your back heel, come on up, heel to back middle arch, all the way up, right hip back, left hip more forward. More breath into your body. Just notice what happens when we just slow things down a little bit. Right hip back, left hip more forward. Become more aware, perhaps. Relax your shoulders. Notice if you need to roll them. Keep opening your heart. Slowly release down. Move through your vinyasa, or come into child's pose, or come into downward facing dog. Your choice. Eventually make your way into a child's pose. Soften your jaw. Soften your shoulders. All right. So let's move into a back bend. I feel like it would be a great place for us right now. I feel like we're pretty warmed up. I'm going to use my bolster. I'm going to put it behind me, camel position. You know, you've got all different kinds of positions within this one position to do. So some folks are going to curl their toes underneath them. Yeah, and that is good if you find back bends to be quite challenging. See, that's more remedial. And I would suggest it at least for the first one, right? So the heart is key. The heart is where it's at. This is where we're opening. The lower back just kind of goes with the ride. So it's more heart. Hips are going forward. And you might want to start just with one arm. So I tend to do that, to just kind of awaken myself to it. And I'm turning the palm. Right? So eventually, And maybe if you don't have the bolster, you're bringing your hands on your ankles if you can reach them, and your heart and hips are more forward. Open the heart. You're feeling this in your lower back. Just go slow. Maybe you're not going back today. Maybe you're just sitting up like this. Do 3 of these. Okay, so when you're done with one, sit down in between and take a moment. Find the majesty in that, just the stopping and the feeling between the postures. That's where we meet each other. We meet each other in that gap. Right? And we also meet each other in the doing part of the positioning. Nice, you guys. Can see you. All right, so moving into it. Beautiful position. Beautiful way to kind of change the perspective of depressioning or feeling separate, right? Feeling alone when maybe it's just aloneness. And maybe it's both, right? So just opening the heart, feeling the breath and the depth that is not just you, right? All our ancestors are here too, right? They're all here. Move through the third one in your own way. You don't have to rest in a traditional way. You might decide just to be up on your knees and be in that restful position, and then go into your third one. Open the heart. So no one can open our heart for us in every sense of the word. They can support the opening. We really have to do that on our own. All right. So if you finish with those 3, just sit for a moment right where you are. Cross your legs. Sitting up through with the crown. Just connecting with yourself, being still. Like we're in this modern life, and it's not easy to know that this space is available for us. Once we get there, and usually it takes us being together where we really can sense the deepness of where we are going, where we're headed, and who we really are. And that's why it's important that we come together and meditate. That's why they do all these mass meditations. The more of us doing it together, we're taking responsibility for what we want to see more of in the world by doing this ourselves. It's the peace, right? The peace that we're feeling together. Now we're more likely to see each other peaceful. But why? Because we feel that way.
I tend to really feel the love from my own partner because I have touched the places within me first that day. Maybe I've baked a cake because that feels loving for me in that moment. And then I'm able to accept the smile from another. So, really seeing where you can take a gentle responsibility for the love that you'd like to live around. Not easy, but doable, little bits at a time. All right, so why don't we go on to our back? Finish off in the way that would feel right for you. Maybe it's a happy baby. Maybe it's another shoulder stand. Maybe it's more of a hip opener, another pigeon position. Maybe it's a longer shavasana, right? Maybe you're going to go into a twist and then you're going to feel the shavasana happening. There's no rush. Like I said, I never have a clock in here, so I never know what time we finish. So I'm just going to I'm curious now. I'm going to take a little look. Oh yeah, see, we're right on time. It's 5 to 11. So yeah, so just move yourself around. I love the windshield wiper thing where, you're on your back and you drop your knees over to one side and you kind of get into that sacral, very sacred area of the body, get some movement there, and then maybe you take it to the other side. That's a good one too. Nice. This is a good question to ask ourselves. How have my heartbreaks helped me find my tribe? These are the people I've chosen. Think about those people that you've chosen, who've also chosen me, right? What a great relief that is. You've chosen them and they've chosen you too. Yay. That's us, you guys. This is my soul family tree. This is us. So eventually get onto your back, moving into your shavasana position. You can also remain seated. It's your quiet time. Yesterday, I got a message from my intuition that said, please find time to be quiet. Or it didn't say it like that. It said, quiet time for you, please. And it was really hard to find yesterday. There's so busy parts of the day. But never give up on your intuition. If you didn't do something that you heard, remember that time is not, it's spacious, it's not linear. Maybe that message you got was for a whole week, right? So be kind to yourself, and I'm going to put myself on mute so you guys can really drop in. Beginning to let go of your practice now and all your effort. Begin to come back to your body by making some gentle movements. Feeling the body, connecting with your movement, and eventually making your way up into a seated position. And let's go ahead and bring our hands into prayer. So notice that the left side of the hand connects with the right side. So we're bringing the energy to the midline, to our center, to our heart, left and right side hemisphere of the brain. Everything connects to the center of our life, of our beingness. Hatha yoga. Ha, left side, ta, right side. Connecting left and right side and yoking the mind, body, spirit, everything into union. Feel that right now. Feel that your life, your work life, your personal home life, your family life, your friend life, your tennis group life, your yoga life, your book club life. Feel how it could merge, and that we don't just have all these different lives, that we begin to merge and become a lot more clear, a lot more honest, a lot more genuine with who we really are. We start to bring it all. We start to merge these different interests together, that we are multifaceted beings at best, complicated, loving. Let's seal our practice in together by chanting Om just once. Let's take a deep breath. Take a moment here to give thanks to all the many blessings that yoga and awareness bring to you and to all those with whom your life touches. Thank you for being here today, everyone. Namaste. Just stop the video here.